this is going to be your March 2019 general reading. This is for Leo Rising, Leo Sun, and Leo Moon. Sorry these are taking so long to come out this month. I've had, the universe has given me a whole lot of really good curveballs, but they're all happening at the same time. And so things are a little bit crazy right now. In a good way, but it's still crazy. So, as usual, I'm going to do a general tarot spread for you from the Spiral Tarot. And this month for clarifiers, I'm using this new oracle deck that is called the Enchanted Map Oracle cards. And they're absolutely gorgeous. I'm completely in love with these cards. And so this has been really fun for me in March so far using these. I hope you like them as much as I do. I don't know if you can notice, I finally got a haircut. I'm actually a sun sign Leo, and you know how us Leos are about our hair. I don't know about you guys. I suspect you are the same as me, but if my hair doesn't look the way that I want it, I'm not able to be completely happy until my hair looks the way that I want it. So I thought it was appropriate. I actually have this wonderful hairdresser that comes to me to my home. And my hair was literally cut a couple of hours ago, and I thought it was really appropriate that you guys are going to be the first people to see it. I hope you guys are well, and this reading is really interesting. I hope that this can apply for you, and as always, you may want to check out your moon or your rising or any of the other two out of your three to possibly get a different perspective or see if any of the other ones resonate for you more. Okay, so let me show you your basic layout and then I'll get started. Your central experience for the month of March is Temperance. Your challenge is the Wheel of Fortune. I'm guessing that this is hindering you. I suppose it could be helping you, but we'll get into it. Your clarifier most definitely is helping you. I'm looking at this as a hindrance, though. What is hindering you is the Five of Wands. At your root, you have the Lovers. In the recent past, you have the Four of Cups, or what you're coming away from is the Four of Cups. Your best possible outcome for March is the Queen of Pentacles. Coming up for you in the near future, you have the Magician. You right now are the Princess of Swords. In your surroundings, what's up with this, you guys? You've been getting the Devil quite a bit recently for some reason, over like this month and last month. I don't know what's going on for you, but the Devil's in your surroundings. With the your clarifier is really nice there, though. What you're hoping for is the Empress, and your general outcome is the Six of Swords. So hang on one moment, I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to try to move it where you can see it without the glare too much. I know the lighting's a little strange in here. I've been experimenting with the lighting, and sometimes it's really hard to get the right amount of light without it being too much. Okay, you have Temperance in with Balancing Act. And both of these are very similar in a certain way. So, interesting. Well, for March, you are trying your best and doing a good job of it, of remaining temperate and balanced. And balancing act, if you look at it, there's a little sailing ship on top of a bubble that she's balancing on a wire or a string, and she's looking in the direction that the boat is going. She's balanced on top of a statue. So there may be there may be a lot going on, or there's a lot that you have to adjust to, or balance, or remain even-keeled about. With temperance here, you are most definitely choosing to keep a positive attitude and to stay optimistic about things going on and where things are headed in the future. With the sailing ship in here and with some other factors going on in your reading, I'm wondering if some of you are traveling this month, or if you have a loved one that's traveling, or something about traveling, or thinking about where you're headed in the future. And in order to have things move forward into the future in the best possible way, you are doing your best to stay balanced and moderate with all of the different things going on. There may be some things going on that normally would knock you off balance, but you're doing a really good job of staying temperate. It's definitely not a month to go overboard about anything, or to overdo anything, or do anything in excess. To blend, to balance, to take your time, to think about things, or meditate on things, on where you would like to see things head in the future. If you have a Sagittarian in your life, it looks as if things have balanced out with the Sagittarius. The Balancing Act card also reminds me of Libras. So between these two cards, I just see that you also have a lot of guides or spiritual forces looking out after you at this time too, that are leading you forward or giving you signs to bring you forward. So let's move on. Your challenge. And keep in mind, a challenge is just a challenge. It's not stopping you. It's not going to cause you any major issues. It's just a challenge. So your challenge this month, you have the Wheel of Fortune in with intention. It may be that for some of you, things seem to be going very slowly as far as moving forward, or luck coming, or fortunate ease in being able to move forward or have things come about in your life in the best way. It can also be the opposite, where for some of you things are speeding up so fast and there's so many fated events going on, or so many things going on, that it's hard to keep your intentions straight or keep your mind straight on where you're headed, what you're doing, what you want, what your intentions are, on how you want this wheel to move forward. There may be some things that happen this month that make you feel unlucky, but from what I'm getting here, it may be a blessing in disguise. You may have some things happen that you think are unlucky, but later on it makes so much more sense on why certain things didn't come through, or certain things got shifted all of a sudden, and so your intentions have to change. Something about your intentions may be changing, where you've been going in a certain direction all this time with certain things in mind, but then this month you suddenly realize that your intentions are changing, and so it temporarily confuses the wheel a little bit. And it could also be that you have a great deal of luck this month, where you have a lot of positive things happening, And with all of these, this may be changing where you're headed or changing your intentions for the future. But in a way, because the owl is holding a dandelion puff and he's sitting on an egg, this is telling me that concerning how things are shifting and moving forward in your life, these are fortunate curveballs or fortunate surprising events. And it's really up to you to spread your intentions out there or spread your wishes out there and then wait patiently to see what grows or what hatches or what comes from those seeds being blown out. You know that folklore little fun thing you can do with dandelion puffs where you make a wish and you blow on them, and if you get all of the seeds off with one breath, then your wish comes true. It's kind of like you're spreading your wishes out there, and then there's a moment of waiting because hatching an egg takes some patience and takes some time, where it's leaving things up to the fates, it's leaving things up to the universe to see what happens. There's a certain level of a loss of control in this, but it ends up being a really good thing if you can go with the flow, which is temperance and the balancing act here. If you can allow the fates to do their thing and allow things to unfold in the way that they're meant to without your intentions in a certain way or without your need for control over the situation, I have a feeling this is going to end up being a really good thing, this challenge. Your challenge may be just in trusting the fates and blowing your intentions out there and then having the patience and the balance to know that good things are on the way. And again, there may be something in here about travel. There may be some challenges that come up with travel. This is reminding me that Mercury is retrograde this month. There may be some complications with travel, but nothing that is stopping you and nothing really bad. You know, obviously your plane is not going to crash. Your car is not going to break down, but you may have little annoying things crop up. But you may end up finding that by an annoying thing that crops up that changes your plans a little bit, something else is able to come in that never would have come in any other way. For instance, if I just threw a story out there, if your plane was delayed, you have to wait for a certain amount of time in order to get on your plane longer than you thought. You may have to sit around in the meantime while you're sitting around because your plane is being delayed, and this is annoying to you because you've already been ready to go and now you have to wait. You may end up meeting someone at the airport who's going someplace different on a different plane, and you end up striking a conversation and realize that this is a really good contact to have, whether it's a good business contact or a person that you'll be doing dealings with in the future that ends up being extremely fortunate. If your plane wasn't delayed, then that never would have happened and you never would have met that person. It's something like that. You may view this as a challenge when it's happening, but later on you realize that it was actually a huge blessing that came from a challenge. So I'm viewing the Five of Wands here as what's hindering you, and the Come Together card as what's helping you this month. And pure and simple, if I just looked at this as a simplistic approach, I would say that what is hindering you this month is arguments, fights, not getting along with people, people not getting along with each other, miscommunications, or ego clashes. What is helping you this month is harmony, getting along with other people, compromise, working things out, and finding a way where both parties or all parties can be happy. And so just simplistically, this is saying stay away from If you, for some reason, because you have temperance as your central experience, it may be that you get more annoyed than you usually do this month. You may just find that um, normally things that wouldn't annoy you are annoying you, or perhaps because there are so many changes going on, you're finding your temper be a teeny bit short, or you just are a little bit irritable. And so you may have an urge in the beginning to say something or to engage in some kind of a conflict or to show your annoyance. And this can mess some things up. Or it could be that other people around you are getting short with you or annoyed with you. But this will only serve to cause issues if you can somehow figure out some other way of getting that out, as in going for a walk or dancing to some music that you love, or even throwing pillows around when no one's around, or to get that out in some other way where it's not leaking out on other people around you. People could some people are understanding and can realize that you may just be having a weird moment and it's nothing to do with them. Other people can get really riled up by this and they can get irritable back, and then before you know it, you're in a fight, or all of a sudden the person doesn't like you, or it causes issues. So what is helping you this month is to stay moderate, to stay temperate as much as you possibly can, and to approach situations with what can be worked out, what can be fixed, and how can you see the other person's viewpoint. If you have been in a relationship, and if for some reason you've been in a relationship where you've been fighting a lot with your partner, or you don't see eye to eye, or there's been some conflicts in the relationship, what is hindering you is to allow those conflicts to linger. And what is helping you this month is you may actually find that there is more harmony in the relationship this month than there has been, and you're able to work things out easier than before. It could also be something like you have met someone that you have feelings for, and there is one particular thing in here where it could be that you feel you're in competition with other people for this person. I don't necessarily see that though, but that might be true for one of you. It just says allow the connection to be what it is. Allow the connection to unfold. If you're meant to be with this person, then it will happen naturally, and you don't necessarily have to vie for their attention or get irritated if you don't hear from them for a little bit or whatever. It just says focus on harmony, focus on relating, focus on working things out. It could be that for some of you, while you're in the middle of some kind of a conflict, you end up meeting someone who is able to band up with you and strengthen you with your side of the matter concerning a conflict. You may have someone back you up, in other words. At your root, you have the Lovers with peaks of joy. That looks pretty good to me, you guys. You may be feeling more balanced in yourself than you have in a long time. This is mirroring Temperance. Both of those cards have to do with balance. The Lovers can be looked at as a major choice that you have to make in your life, of which you're at the crossroads. Which road do you take after this crossroads? Which direction do you go in? This is kind of reminding me of your intention card as your challenge. What do you want? What are your intentions? What are your wishes? And once you know what those things are, or get clearer on those things, especially after you've allowed certain things to change or appear, and you've balanced a little bit, then it may become much clearer to you on what to choose for your life, in what direction you go in. This could be a significant relationship. This could be a soulmate. This could be a relationship you're in. This can also be your relationship with yourself. The woman in the picture represents the female part of the brain, or the right side of the brain, which rules intuition, imagination, putting things together in an intuitive way. The man in the Lovers represents the male side of your brain, your left brain, which is logic, mathematics, putting things together in a more logical way. Together, these two lovers create the third eye, which is the angel above them. And when these two sides of your being are working together, whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. We all have the internal feminine and masculine within. I see you as really balancing, feeling more balanced in yourself with your male and female sides. And because of this, you are seeing things in a new way, which is the angel on the third eye. You may be, your mind may be opening up to greater possibilities for you, or greater understanding, because you're feeling more integrated or more balanced than you have in a while. And you're feeling more whole than you have in a while. If you've been single, because you're in this position, you may actually be drawing in a relationship because you feel so balanced. And because you're in tune with both sides of your nature, you're able to draw something like this to you in the external world. If you've been in a relationship, it seems as if there has been issues in the past, things are being worked out right now. Or you may even have some kind of a reconciliation happen, which brings you much joy. And because you're feeling more balanced, you're feeling more joyful. Because things are working out, you're feeling more joyful. You almost look downright ecstatic to me, and free and happy and able to see more possibilities. I'm definitely getting something about that. Internally, you're seeing more possibilities for yourself than before. You're not feeling as caged in or as boxed in as before. You're able to have your eyes be opened up to the magic that is possible for you. So, okay. What you're coming away from. You have the Four of Cups, and you have Heal the Ouch. I love that card. It's so cute. What I'm getting is that in the past, you may have actually been taking care of someone or helping someone else heal. It could also be the opposite, where you have been healing yourself or someone has been helping you to heal. In any case, this is healing, period. You've been doing a lot of healing. And while you've been healing, this could be a physical injury, this could be healing old emotional hurts, this could be healing things in your own being, which is probably one of the reasons on why you're feeling so integrated and happy now, is you feel more whole or more healed than you have been in a while. You're feeling better if you haven't been feeling good. Because you had to spend a certain amount of time healing, this gave you a certain amount of time to think about things. Think about where you've been, what you want, where you're headed, where you would like to be headed, which I'm looking at as the Four of Cups here. She's looking at the Three Cups in front of her saying, you know, it's not that what I have is bad. It's okay. It's just I want more. I want more in my life than what I have. And how could I go about bringing more into my life? If I was going to have more in my life, what would that more be? Would it be love? Would it be more money? Would it be a change in plans? What would this be that I truly want for myself that would make me feel fulfilled? And because you took the time to just ponder things and mull things over on how could things be adjusted, how could things be mixed in the best possible way in order to go in that direction and believe that that is possible. And because you've been healing from past hurts, you're feeling more whole and able to bring this new cup into being now. So this is where you've been. If for some of you, you have had issues in a relationship, it looks as if you wanted to mend the situation, or you wanted to bring that original Ace of Cups back that you had in the beginning of the relationship. Maybe somewhere along the way things got a little complicated, or you both got a little bored, or you got too stuck in some kind of a routine and you've been needing more romance in the relationship, or that original spark that happened in the beginning that made you both extremely happy to be together. You may have suffered hurts in the relationship. Um, Things in the relationship have possibly hurt you, or the other person may have been, or both of you may have been hurt in the relationship. But it looks as if you've really been actively thinking about what could be done in order to heal the hurts in the relationship. How can you heal the hurts for yourself in the relationship? What needs to be brought into the relationship in order to help it to heal? It seems as if the two of you are working more together than you were before, which is great to see if this is the case for you specific-wise. Okay. So your best possible outcome is the Queen of Pentacles, and follow the leader. It's hard to see it, but it's a fairy, a baby goose, a bird, a duckling, and a mother duck. And they're all following, I don't know, it's hard to tell in here who's following who. They might be following the fairy. It looks a little bit confusing to me. Interesting. Well, as your best possible outcome, I definitely see more abundance coming into your life, or feeling more fruitful and able to produce abundance in your life. Namely, especially things like money, prosperity, having enough money, possibly even having a wonderful new job, or being promoted to more of a position of leadership in your work. You may have switched careers, you may still be in the same career or job as before. It just seems like it's a lot better now. You're able to do your own thing a lot better now. You may have received a raise, or you've been put in a position of leadership with what you do. Oh, my dog is crying. I'll be right back. Okay. Here they are. If this does have to do with business or money or talents or skills that you have, or something that you're leading, or even something like your own business, if you have your own business and you've been working on this for quite some time now, this isn't a new business, because it's a queen. It's not an Ace of Pentacles. It's not any other pentacle. It seems as if you've been leading something for a while, or organizing something for a while, or doing something for a while. If you happen to have your own business and you have employees or people who work under you, I find it really fascinating that even though they're playing follow the leader, it's hard to know who's the leader here. I think that the fairy is a leader, but notice they all seem, I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see if I can zoom in on it where you can see it properly. There's a fairy dancing, there's a baby goose, there's a baby duckling and a mother duck, and a bird flying. It seems like they're following the fairy, but I think this is really interesting because it's a free-flowing, playful kind of following the leader. It's not like the leader is super strong or super fixed in their role as leader. I bet you, because there's a fairy involved here, that they're being so playful about it, they may switch up on who is the leader. The fairy might take a chance at being the leader. The baby duck might be the leader for a little bit. It seems as if they're playing with the game. So if you do have your own business or you have people that you work with, taking your best possible outcome is to take an approach that is much more organic and playful, that allows everyone to have a feeling of choice in the matter, or to allow everyone to go at their own pace or with their own personal energy about it. There is no leader in this follow the leader card that seems like they're being autocratic or too fixed in their role as leader. They're all having fun with this. So, and also if you lead something as in you're a teacher, or you're sharing information with other people, or you're helping other people know what is the best direction to go in, taking this organic, free-flowing approach, where it allows people to be who they are and allows for things like feedback or other people's opinions, or possibly letting other people take the lead for a little bit, or everyone being able to take the lead in their role that they do best or with their own particular talents. You will see an explosion of abundance and good fortune that comes from this. If this didn't have to do with business, this could possibly have to do with a Capricorn. The Queen of Pentacles is the Capricorn court card. If you have a Capricorn in your life, they're showing you, as being a guide, what is the best way to lead something. Or if you are following a leader, if you have a leader or a boss or somebody in your life that you're allowing to take the lead, it seems as if they're leading you in a really good way, where you don't feel like someone is bossing you around. Or if this had to do with a relationship, both of you take turns taking the lead and respect the other person's ability to take the lead in the relationship, where it's more free flowing and where not one person in the relationship is the person in charge or the person with more power in the relationship. It seems as if things are growing in a really good, fruitful, organic way. This can also have to do with abundance. So if you need things to grow better for you with abundance or with money, it may even be that you want to take the advice from people on how you could lead things better. Or it could even be that you're starting to teach a class, or you're starting to do something new where you can use more of your own innate leadership abilities. And it could also be following the leader, as in the universe is leading you. I'm seeing some other factors in here that point to that. Where if you have a general intention of where you want to go, there may be some other factors involved that are coming in that haven't arrived yet, or that will change your plans a little bit, where your original plans have to shift or morph a little bit. And this involves trusting the universe, and where if you have had a fixed plan or a fixed intention of what you've been doing, and all of a sudden the universe gives you a bunch of curveballs that change your plans, trust the universe. It is taking you to a good place, but it may be challenging you to take that position of just allowing things to unfold, or to trust the universe that even though you've been given curveballs, you will be taken to a good place. So this could be if you follow the lead of the universe and allow things to shift the way that they are, and if you stay positive and balanced, then you will actually have massive blessings that come about through this that you perhaps were not expecting, or you end up having a much better outcome than you thought. So that's your best possible outcome. In the future, or the near future, or what you're going into, is the Magician with Compass. this looks really powerful to me. This looks like if you have had any challenges with knowing what direction you're going in, or you knew what direction you were going in, but then your direction changes. And if you've been at a crossroads where you have to make a major choice on where you go next or what direction to go in next, if you just try your best to come from a place of balanced, or you're just naturally feeling more balanced this month than you have in a while, if you allow things to unfold, you will have peaks of joy. But in the future, it looks like there is no doubt. You have no doubt on what direction you're going in. You will most definitely not get lost because you have your compass with you in the future, your internal compass that points the way. You're feeling like you can create, manifest, or bring into being anything that you desire in the future. It's all about self-empowerment, knowing your own power, and knowing that you can take yourself where you want to go, and you know what direction to go in. You will not be confused on what direction to go in. By honoring your own needs, by standing in your power and realizing what you're capable of and doing it, you shouldn't have any problems. You shouldn't get lost along the way. You know where you're going in the future. Something's happening too. There may be something that arrives in your life that gives you a newfound sense of clear direction. Or things are unfolding the way that you have been planning this whole time. You may have had some shifts happen, but they end up being positive shifts. Even if they don't seem like it, in the future you're going to see why those things had to happen. It looks pretty amazing to me. It looks like you make up your mind, or you choose your path and you know exactly what you're doing. And you will be able to create what you want to. And lead. The Magician is quite the leader. The Magician card is ruled by Mars and Mercury. It's about making up your mind, Mercury, and then taking action, which is Mars. But Mars is the ruler of Aries and rules independence and self-empowerment and being able to lead situations. So you will know what is the best way to lead things and what direction to lead people in if you are actually leading other people. But simply, even if you're just leading yourself, you know where you're going, you know what you're doing, and you will not get lost or distracted. I'm getting okay. You right now are the Princess of Swords, and you have Spirit of Place. Interesting. Right now, it seems as if you are being a messenger for others, or you may even be flying in an airplane, or you may be going someplace or traveling someplace that is extremely special to you. A spirit of place. This seems like a place that you are familiar with, that you love, that feels like you belong there. This could be a place that is in nature. This could be in the woods, or a particular lake that you love, or a pond. It could be any place in the wild or in nature. It could also be a place that you love simply as in a special home or a special. This could even be a favorite library of yours that you haven't been to in years, or a favorite museum that you haven't been to in years, or you used to go to this place a lot and it brought you a lot of joy and inspiration when you were young, possibly in your childhood, and you want to go back there again to visit it again. And you have decided to do this, and this makes you feel incredibly happy. It will bring you back to some times before where you felt a particular way that was inspiring, that you haven't really felt that much since then, or you want to feel that way again. And as far as even for some of you, this can be communication with nature spirits, or nature is communicating with you, or you find a particular place that speaks to you. You feel like the spirits there are alive, or the omens come to you quicker, or things come together in your own mind quicker in this particular environment. For all of you, this could be completely different. It could be so many places, but I'm definitely getting a place. And possibly a place you haven't been to in a while, or a place that you went to a lot when you were young. This could also be if you happen to have children or prominent children in your life. You may want to take this child to a special place that you used to go to, or you want to teach them about certain things that they aren't taught in school, about nature or about spirituality concerning nature, as in teaching your children about fairies or plant devas, or working with flower essences, or working with flowers, working with the earth, maybe gardening, creating a little garden or a special place, teaching your children how to build little fairy houses. If you do have children and this is resonating with you, I highly recommend Tracy Kane's books on making fairy houses. There's one that's called Kristen's Fairy House, and there's actually a little movie that she made with her husband on it that is just phenomenal. And it teaches you on more outdoorsy activities to do with your children that anybody can do. And this is a good thing for grandparents to do with their grandkids too, especially if your kids have been on electronics a lot. I'm definitely getting this message for some of you, that if you do have children or prominent children in your life, they are spending way too much time on electronics, whether it's phones, iPads, computers, all of the social media stuff that happens now. Your children or this child could be bombarded with EMFs or ELF frequencies, extra low frequencies, and it's messing with their ability to concentrate. It's messing with their ability to really listen or take learning in. It's making their attention spans too short or too distracted. And it may even be interfering with their ability to sleep soundly or be able to go to sleep at night. So if any of those things ring a bell for you, this is saying directly you need to take your kid out into nature, get them off the phone, hide the phones for a while, or allot them to a certain amount of time on electronics instead of just letting them be on them all the time. And teach them more about the down-to-earth spiritual side of things, whether it's going for more walks with your child in nature, taking your child to an arboretum or a plant museum or something. You get what I'm saying. If this doesn't have to do with children, this could be true for you. You could be spending too much time with extra low frequencies and with technology, and you need to get back into nature again in order to awaken your mind, or even to give your mind a rest and to be more in the elements. I know for me personally, where I live, it's been really cold. It's winter still. I haven't been able to get out hiking as much as I usually do in the warm season, and definitely has been making me feel a certain amount of cabin fever. And with this channel and the computer stuff and everything, I can definitely see how this would apply to me too. But what's another way I could put this? I think I've covered all of those things. Yeah. So in your surroundings, you may also be called someplace. You may receive an invitation to go someplace. You may have been to, always wanted to go to a particular place, and someone just hands you tickets to go there, or invites you to go there with them, or it happens to be going there anyway and all you have to do is come along for the ride. Something like that. Some kind of invitation or message to where you're called someplace. So in your surroundings, you've got the devil and you have protecting treasure. I'm getting something kind of specific with this, so this may or may not resonate for you. You have, I think if I remember correctly, you had the devil in your environment last month too in the exact same position. So it seems as if the devil is still hanging around in your environment. I think last month it had something to do with work. This month it seems to be slightly different, or it's affecting you in a slightly different way. The devil is being stuck or feeling trapped or feeling trapped in a situation, or a fear of being controlled by someone else, or just a fear of being controlled in general. This can also be a distaste for authority figures that do not exercise authority properly. Authority figures that really use it to control other people, and they, sorry to put it so bluntly, they get off on controlling other people, and that's a real position of authority is about either helping others, leading others, or making sure that things for others is healthy. This looks as if you may be afraid of your energy being taken away, or your treasures being taken away, or a fear of someone trying to control you. There may even be a sense of needing to protect yourself, or needing to protect what means what is a treasure for you in your life. This can be inner treasures. This can be outer treasures as well. It may be that you're afraid of someone stealing your treasure, of the devil stealing your treasure, or the devil stealing your own joy away. Especially since you have peaks of joy down at your root, you're feeling really joyful these days, or you're feeling more free, or you're seeing your possibilities in front of you and you're feeling really excited about what is to come. But in your surroundings, you're afraid of this devil interfering with that. And so you have to protect your treasure. This card, I actually just recently got this deck, and so I've been slowly reading the book. I just love reading based off of the pictures in them, really. But I did read this one. I read about protecting treasure, and its main saying was, "You are safe. You will be just fine. You will be safe. You will not have your treasure taken away." Notice she has the umbrella and she's in the pouring rain, and she has the little bird on top of the umbrella, and there's the shining ball of light on the ground next to her treasure chest. She's curled underneath the umbrella, but she has what she needs. She's got her umbrella. She has the bird to keep her company. She's got fairy magic light next to her that's guarding her. It's like she's guarding the treasure, and the bird and the little fairy light next to her are guarding her. So you are divinely protected. You are spiritually protected by your guides and your angels and your ancestors and your fairies. And so you don't have to worry about this devil getting to your treasure, or getting to you, getting to your own inner treasure, which is your heart. You don't want this devil anywhere near your heart where he or she can mess with it. Or you don't want your treasure to be controlled, or to have attempted control over you. So you are safe. The best way to deal with the devil is to realize that something about this devil is actually a reflection of yourself. If you see, the devil is holding up a mirror, which is the person's reflection saying, wait, I'm not ready to see this about myself. Or what you think is an external controlling factor is actually coming from something within yourself, which is bringing it into your physical reality. And so, since you have been doing so much work on healing in the recent past, And because you're feeling so much more joyful or positive about what is to come and more balanced than ever before, I can see how you are safe with this. Even though this energy is still kind of hanging around, it can't necessarily trap you or control you or do anything to you. And if anything, you're healing the aspects of yourself that feel this way, even if it's just a free floating feeling of a fear of being controlled or of things remaining stuck where you will not be able to move forward, or that you will have your newfound treasure taken away from you. That is not going to happen. You're going to be just fine. The devil isn't able to get to you if it is an external factor around you. If some of you have been healing some aspects of yourself that have to do with addiction, whether it's you're trying to quit smoking cigarettes, or you're trying not to draw in partners that are controlling anymore, or whatever your patterns have seemed to be that you know are not good for you, but you haven't been able to stop, or it seems as if you have found some kind of a treasure that can help you. And this may be a quick process, this may be a slow process, but it definitely seems as if you're on your way. Your hopes are the Empress and Magic Stream. That's so beautiful. This just looks gorgeous. Your hopes are to go to your special place, your spirit of place, that your mind is opening up, that you're going with the flow, that you're allowing things to unfold and carry you to where you need to go. You trust the universe. There's abundance, love, creativity, feeling grounded, being in your body. These are all things that you are wishing and hoping for. And these two are so much in line with other things in here, like the Queen of Pentacles could be looked at almost as a smaller, more human version of the Empress. This is abundance that you create for yourself, and this is Mother Earth's abundance, where you're being showered with abundance simply by going with the flow. And the spirit of place and protecting your beautiful treasure. Your treasure could even be this place, or you want to go back there, or you want to make sure that it's still there. And you have your compass coming up. It definitely seems like there's something to do with going to a special place in here. Place aside. Your hopes are for abundance to flow into your life and to continue to flow without being dammed up, without, it's kind of like you can float on the stream and the stream will take you to wherever you need to go in order to fully feel completely abundant and well loved by the universe, by others, and by yourself. Your general outcome. Wow, okay. First, I'll show you this one. Your general outcome is the Six of Swords. You are moving away from troubled waters. You are following your higher self. You know where to go because you have your compass. You're still in your general outcome is that you're in transition. The person in the boat has already left where he or she has been, hasn't fully, completely arrived yet at where they're going. They're on the way. They're transitioning. But they do know that where they're headed is way, way better than where they've been. And they trust their higher self or their guardian angel or spiritual guides, or trust that they will be spiritually protected and that they will arrive there safely, and then they will be on to a completely new beginning or a completely new reality, which is so much better than where you've been. And six, the number six is all about harmony and balance, and swords are the mind. So if you have been troubled, or if you've been worried, or if you've just had a lot on your mind, it seems as if you are moving towards peace of mind. You will be much more peaceful in your own mind and feeling integrated and balanced with being able to know what to do and what is best for you. If there has been fighting or conflict going on around you, again, it seems as if things can most definitely become resolved. Either the situation resolves itself, or by people working together, or by you working with other people. Any issues that you faced with communications will be able to be resolved. But again, this could also be travel. You could be going someplace, and you're going someplace really beautiful. You may need to get away temporarily from where you've been and go someplace else in order to heal or find peace of mind. And look at this, you guys. Your two clarifiers with that Six of Swords are flying home. Are some of you flying on an airplane back home or to your homelands where you grew up, or some place that feels like home to you? Some of you may very well be traveling or flying towards a place that feels like home to you, or where you feel at home. It could also be that you're flying from home to go explore outside of your home as well. But you're taking off. With the flying card, I see you as being completely free, going in the direction where you want to go, and you feel light. You feel like old burdens or baggage or things that you've been carrying around with you has been lifted off. And even look at this, peaks of joy. She's floating up in the air. She's totally free, like that butterfly next to her. She feels freed, and because of that, she's joyful. This is reminding me of that, where you are flying now. You are no longer even on the ground. You are no longer bogged down, tied down, or feeling stuck in any way. You are flying now. Things may actually be speeding up quite a bit. And that might be why it's hard to, or your challenge is to maintain equilibrium or maintain even your intentions or sense of direction with all of this, because things are changing or moving so quickly now. It's almost like you've got to hold on to your hat before it blows away. But it seems as if your general outcome is you get the hang of it. It's like when you're flying, in the beginning it may feel a little unsettling because you're not used to being way up in the air like that. You're no longer having contact with the ground. It's kind of an unsteady feeling at times, but then you get the hang of it, and then you begin to fully enjoy it. And it seems as if you're feeling more at home with yourself, more balanced with yourself. Things are able to be resolved where you feel rested, you feel peaceful, and you're able to grow what you want. This home, I wish this was my home. This home seems like it's a tree. Yep. It's a tree house home with beautiful, it has a sign next to it that says welcome life. It has a lantern, a clock, a fairies resting, owls nesting, beautiful stained glass windows. It's just gorgeous. But notice it's teeming with life. There's creatures, fairies, birds. I don't know if you can see the sign that says, no, you can't see it. There's a little sign that says, welcome life. And it's covered in plants and growing things. You are able to create the sanctuary that you need for yourself, where once you feel safe in this internal home, or you feel safe in this place, you can welcome life. You look forward to life. You look forward to good things to come, or you're inviting life in. You're inviting guests in. You're inviting energy in because you feel secure enough to be able to be open like that, instead of feeling like there's some kind of a threat in your environment, or you're feeling vulnerable to some kind of a threat, which is why you feel as if you even need to protect your treasure in the first place. But the main message of this card is that you will be safe. You are perfectly fine. You will not have anyone interfere with your safe place or your treasure. And in the future, it seems as if your general outcome is you fully believe this now. You no longer doubt this. You no longer feel like there's some kind of a threat. There is no threat in these two cards at all, because you are moving on. You have sailed away, or you're in the middle of sailing away. So hopefully that helped. I can tell. I have to check my calendar. I don't know if Mercury is retrograde yet already, or if it's about to go retrograde, but I can definitely start to feel it. Yeah, I'm definitely starting to feel it. Can you tell? Hopefully I'll be able to do the rest of the readings okay this month. I may get a little tongue-tied, but hopefully I'm making sense. Okay, hopefully that helped or made sense, you guys. I wish you all the best. Many, many blessings to you. And I will see you soon for your love readings, and in the middle of the month for your random messages from the universe. Okay, take care.